Good afternoon, Andy. Thank you for taking the time to talk to us about a job you're planning, and in particular how you sort of manage CMLs. So if you want to give us a bit of background to the job, we appreciate it.
Yeah, okay. So the job I'm working on at the minute is Cobham Feeder 06, and it's a mixture of feeder upgrades to further secure the network and decayed pole replacements. Mixture of standard D poles as such, and a couple of high risk, very high risk poles as well. So we've had a prior outage. The first thing, as you'll see here, we've got a temporary AVSD that's been added to the network. Normally we could have had the next AVSD down as the point of isolation, but that itself is a very high risk pole. So by adding the temporary AVSD, we've negated 37 customers going off supply that are now back feedable from the other side of the new AVSD. So if you take a look at it, you can see it's a pretty complex piece of network where there's a lot of interconnection between subs, a little bit of standard back feeds as such, and then just basic generation. So firstly, what we've got here, we've got a mutual backfeed between South Street and Steeles Lane, where there's 76 customers potentially affected. Yeah. So what we'll do is we'll apply a backfeed from Steeles Lane to South Street, isolate the LV at South Street, and then synchronise a generator on Steeles Lane. So we're completely removing any customer minutes lost in that case. A number of generators are unavoidable. They'll just be connected in the normal manner. Now, if we come down here to Stonest, it's a single phase transformer that is back feedable, but it's via another single phase transformer that it doesn't phase in with. So it would have been pretty easy to just connect a generator on that one. But the backfeeding transformer is perfectly capable of handling the capacity there. So where we would usually have a 45-minute interruption to connect a generator, we're going to just allow half an hour to remove the fuses at Stonest and apply the backfeed from the other end. So we've got 10 customers for 45 minutes, 450 customer minutes, and we're dropping that down to 300 customer minutes, so 150. But we're also losing the potential inconvenience of having a generator and the additional cost as well. If we come across the network this way, this is where it starts to get a little bit more complicated. We've got Culverston School, which is you're able to interconnect with Willow Walk and Chapman's Hill and Hope Hill, and as you can see, there's a significant number of customers actually on all of the transformers: 37, 55, 26 and 13. So what we're going to do, again, apply backfeeds between the substations, remove the LV fuses, create a point of isolation at each pole transformer, and then again synchronise the generator on at Culverston School, so entirely removing the customer minutes lost on that part.
That's a significant number.
It is. I mean, that really is a significant number. Then it comes to the sort of another awkward part, but particularly challenging. At Culverston Garage, if you take a look on the power on, there's an open circuit fault out of the underground cable on Culverston Garage. Now, Culverston Garage is actually entirely back feedable. Unfortunately, due to the position of the open circuit fault, it means 19 of the 20 customers are fed off the overhead line. They're on backfeed now, unaffected, and the petrol station is being fed from the pole transformer. Now this wouldn't normally be a problem, but if we connect a generator to the pole transformer here, this is actually a decayed pole, so this requires replacement. And as you can imagine, the garage aren't keen to go off what would be a full day's outage to replace a transformer H pole. So what we're going to do here, we're going to cut into the cable, cut away the open circuit fault, and do a temporary joint with Lytton connectors, so that we can connect the generator directly to the cable. So we just mean a small 15-minute outage probably to get the petrol station on the generator, and then again off generation come the end of the job.
Okay, thank you. And I don't know whether it's a silly question, but is there any reason why we wouldn't connect the generator into the cutout of the garage?
Yeah, that's a good question actually. That was my first port of call. The garage has been, it looks like it's been developed, it's a small sort of village garage, it's been developed into one of these bigger ones. And the cutout actually comes smack bang in the middle of the shop on a pillar.
I see.
So it means sort of 15 metres of trailer length through the shop, underneath cable covers, and there's no way to secure, there's no way to actually secure the cable.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was our initial thought. But what we'll do by virtue of connecting, doing the lit connectors into the temporary joint, on the day of the pole change, we'll have a live jointer there to do a live cut and pot end at the base of the pole.
Yeah.
So the interruption to the garage is entirely avoided, aside from the connection and disconnection of the generator.
No, good. Sounds like it's well thought out and yeah, a fairly complex job, but a lot of thought gone into it. So thanks for that, Andy. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Thank you.